Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back in the video day, and today the Houston Astros have lost to the Boston Red Sox 6-1, and it's a tough loss, tough series, getting swept. But I felt like in the first two games, the Astros offense, the only thing they didn't do good at was scoring runs. Like I felt like in the first two games of this series, the Astros did a great job of bringing guys to base. Like in the first game, they're 1-2 hitters, 1-3 hitters. Pena and Sanchez in the first game. The series had 5 hits. There were a lot of hits for the Astros in the first game of this series and the second game series as well. But then this game here just it wasn't just no runs coming in. There was no hits and no runners coming in either. Only 3 hits today. At least in the first 2 games, they did a good job of bringing guys to the plate. But it's just a horrendous job yesterday leaving guys on the plate. And I feel like in the first 2 games of the series, or at least in the first game of the series, the pitching was great in the first game of the series. Yesterday definitely wasn't great. But I felt like today was the first day of this series where both the pitching and the offense was bad. I feel like the offense was solid yesterday. Just left a lot of guys on base, but the pitching was bad. And then the first game of the series, the pitching was good. The pitching was good in the first game of the series, and then the hitting was not great. So I thought this was the first game of the series where both were bad. But yeah, let's go into this game. 6-1's the final. 3 hits for the Astros, 8 for the Red Sox, 1 error for the Astros. Win goes to Lucas Giolito. I mean, he was great in this game. 8 innings, giving up only 3 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. Framber, 6 innings, only 4 earned runs are charged at Framber. He gives up 6, but an error made that go down to only 4. It was 6 runs he gave up though. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. It was a horrendous 4th inning, and that was the only runs that were scored for the Red Sox in that 4th inning. And honestly, just in my opinion, I feel like it should be 6 earned runs for Framber. I love Framber, but if you're gonna be the one that makes the error, if you're the pitcher and you make the error, like the error was charged to Framber. It was a fielding error by Framber. Now, just to be completely honest, I didn't watch this game today because it was on Roku, so I don't know what happened on that play. But if the error is being charged to Framber, I feel like on that with that happening, maybe possibly he should be the earned run should be charged to him. I know that's not how baseball works, but at the same time, I always feel like if a pitcher gets charged an error, it'd be different if an infielder or outfielder made an error, or the catcher made an error. But but it just wasn't that good of a day, and you don't see that as often. This is Framber's first loss since the Chicago White Sox in the beginning of May. It's been 3 months since Framber was charged a loss. That is unbelievable. I mean, he had 10 straight wins. He had 10 wins in a row before he had a loss. Because when Framber got the loss in Chicago in the beginning of May, that was his 4th loss of the season. He was 1-4. Now he gets his 5th loss of the season in August. He's 11-5 now. So credit for Framber going 3 months in a row without getting a loss. That is really impressive. Scoring summary in the 4th inning, Carlos Correa blasted one to left center, 411 feet. It's 1-0. Carlos hits his for the second time his first home run as an Astro. This one wasn't as special as the first one, as that was his first home run of his career. But this one, I feel like this one probably felt good for him to get that first one as a home run. That first home run as an Astro. Gandy crushed it 411 feet to center. I believe that is his 9th home run of the season, if I am correct. Because when we traded for him, he had 8. So yeah, it's his ninth home run of the season. He is the first of the new Astros to get an RBI. Now, Jesus Sanchez has been raking for the Astros. He had a double today. 1 for 3 today, was 2 for 4 in the first game of the series, was 0 for 3 with a walk in the second game of the series. I think Jesus Sanchez has done pretty good as an Astro so far. But he is the first Astro of the new 3 Astros, Ramon Urias, Carlos, and Jesus Sanchez. He's the first Astro to get a RBI or walk. Sorry, an RBI or home run, and Carlos is the first one. Of course, it's the guy that has hit many home runs and RBIs for this Astros team before to get the first one. Now, in the comment section, you guys tell me, who do you think will get a home run or RBI first? Jesus Sanchez or Ramon Urias? I would place my bet on Jesus Sanchez, since it looks like he's not only is he in the lineup, he's in the lineup in the beginning of the lineup, so he has more chances to get that home run RBI, but I think he's going to be playing more as well, because I think there should be some days where Ramon is out of the lineup. But I would bet on Jesus Sanchez. But after that Correa home run, it was all Red Sox. I mean, I'm not going to go over everything that happened. It was a bunch of singles. I mean, a run scored off of a balk from Framber, a run scored off an error from Framber, a couple RBI singles, a sac fly, a RBI ground out. So just not great luck for Framber in the fourth inning. And I don't think it really matters, because the Astros only scored one run. Like, the error there's nothing you can look back on. Like, you have to be perfect. Like, you have to look back and say, oh, if the Astros want to win this game, Framber has to be completely perfect in the fourth inning, and none of those runs that score should have come through. So yeah, but let's go over the Astros hitters. Great sign today. Jeremy Pena back in the lineup after the first game of the series went 3 for 4, left the game early, didn't play yesterday. Back in the lineup, 0 for 4. Something he doesn't do a lot often compared to something he did a lot last year was striking out twice in this game today, went 0 for 4. Jose Altuve had a hit today, but just not very good in this series. 1 for 4 for Altuve. Jesus Sanchez hit his first extra base hit as an Astro. He had 2 hits for the Astros in the first game of the series, but they were both singles. A double to right in the first inning for him. That was it for Sanchez. Cooper Hummel was a pinch hitter for him in the ninth inning and struck out swinging. Carlos Correa went 1 for 4 with a home run to left center, 411 feet. Carlos now has 3 hits in the last 2 games. He's now 3 for 7, and he went a total of 3 for 11 with a walk in the series. Not great, but not terrible. And we can look at the first game of the series. He had 2 very, very powerful flyouts to center field. One that should have been a home run. Carlos could have easily had 2 home runs in this series. I would say a decent return for Carlos Correa in the first series as an Astro again. Christian Walker went 0 for 3 today. As expected for him to have an off day with the way he has been hitting in this series and since the end of the All-Star break. He was 2 for 3, I think, yesterday with a 2-run home run and had a walk yesterday. Christian Walker was great yesterday and hit a home run in the first 2 games of the series. So, I'd expect Walker to go back to, reality, and, he's 0 for 3 today. Flying out to center in the second inning, popped out to second, and grounded out to third. Yair Diaz 0 for 3, had a good day yesterday, 0 for 3 today. Taylor Trammell 0 for 2, had a walk in the second inning. Dubon was in left field today, went 0 for 3. And Ramon Urias went 0 for 3 as well. Caleb Ort pitched the 7th inning after the Astros got 6 innings from Framber. Ort gave up 1 walk but picked up 2 strikeouts against his former team. Pitched twice in this series. And then in the 8th, Nick Hernandez. I think this is one of the first times I've seen Nick Hernandez pitch and not give up an earned run. 8th inning, giving up 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Astros get swept, but I think there are good signs coming up. Look, I think this offense right now. I look at yesterday's game and I thought, this is what the offense looks like once they can get a little bit healthy. You've got Carlos hitting the way he hit yesterday. And look at the way Yair Diaz and Christian Walker were hitting yesterday, and Victor Caratini's day that he had yesterday. So I thought yesterday was a good day for the offense with the way they were hitting, and you just wonder. You look at yesterday's performance for the offense of just the way they were hitting, not the way the runs were coming through, but just the hitting that they had. And I was just thinking about, can you imagine once Gordon Alvarez and Jake Myers are back in this lineup? So I think the pieces will start to come together for the Astros once they get these pitchers back, as Spencer Arrighetti is going to come back for the Astros in this next series against Miami. And then slowly after that, they should get back Javier and Garcia. And then Yordan Alvarez and Jake Myers should follow those pitchers. Sean Dubin's in AAA right now. He's a great piece for this bullpen. So reinforcements are coming for the Astros, and I think that's a great sign to stay positive. I think I'd be very negative of this series if the Astros didn't make the moves they made at the trade deadline, and us knowing also the fact that there are a bunch of pitchers coming up soon. So that's why I'm staying positive right now with this team. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros 6-1 loss in the comment section, and peace out.